How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So, oh boy. Well, here we are again. But something brought this to my attention when I did my live stream. So I didn't really read much into it because I was doing a live stream giveaway. But here we are. I did a little reading to see what this was all about. I don't like to get very political because it's just, I don't know, I find it just kind of whatever. It's annoying. Everyone fights over everything. It's always so negative. But I can't help it when it comes into the industry that I'm in. Like, it literally just, politics is literally like a plague, just seeping into every facet of every living thing until you're forced to talk about it no matter what. It's so stupid. That's why I hate it. Why can't it just be? So what am I talking about? If you're on the live stream, you probably know. And for those, and why do I do videos like this? Just so people, because I'm into comic books, I'm sure you're into comic books and other things like that. And comics are kind of pop culture. So I figured, bring it to other people's attention because I didn't know. And I'm into this stuff. So what am I talking about? Okay. So, we got the Daily Mail here. I have no idea if Daily Mail is legit or not. I mean, I know they're a legit site, but, what way they lean, who knows? Anyways, so an executive at Marvel who just recently got promoted. I don't know how these people get promoted. Like, who's hiring these people? Hire me, I'll do a better job. I'm pretty sure you can hire anyone to do a better job. I actually have experience, at least business experience. Anyways, so Marvel Studios' new woke president, Victoria Alonso, let's get her exact quote. So she was doing an interview with something, and she goes, "I don't know where the future is going," talking about X-Men. And it's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's lots of female superheroes in that X-Men group, so I think it's outdated. What she is saying is they want to drop the men from X-Men. Drop the men from X-Men. So who is she? Let's see. We're down here. Alonso, who just 4 days ago, this article was written a few days ago, so just a week ago, she was promoted to president of physical, post-production, VFX, and animation. That's a very weird group of things to be a part of, I guess. Post-production, VFX. So post-production and VFX makes sense. Of physical, so I'm assuming of physical media. I imagine that's what it means. So physical, like DVD, I don't know if they even make DVDs anymore. Blu-ray sales. I guess video games could run into that. The physical part of it. Post-production and animation. Okay, and it's like those four things don't really make any sense. Like, why are they all combined? Like, post-production, VFX makes sense. Animation, not really. In charge of all animation. Anyway, so at the end, if you're in charge of post-production and a movie's getting made, at the end, you kind of have a say. No, I don't like that scene. Get rid of that scene. That's all the post-production stuff. Editing is post-production. So, interesting. So, here she is right here. I don't know her background or anything. All I know is that they're trying to make everything more inclusive. Their newly minted president also has been behind the effort to turn Marvel's villain Loki into a gender-fluid character. I watched the show. He was into another Loki, so basically himself, but who is a woman. So I don't know, maybe in the comics, but who cares? Who cares, right? Oh my gosh, amazing job. You wrote in a comic book, you can write anything in a comic book. Doesn't mean it's going to stick. People die all the time. Superman died. He died in the 90s. And I'm sure he's died before that and after that. He's still alive. So nothing really sticks. Okay, so he's gender fluid. That was her big thing. They've tried to, but this little part tries that they tried to rename it with the New Mutants. They've also named, the Mutant Project. They're really trying to go with the whole mutants thing. And the reason why they're trying to drop the man or men from X-Men is because it's not inclusive. Ugh. Here we go. I don't want to say she's an idiot, but man, that is man. What does man mean? It could mean a boy or a male, right? Or it could mean man as in human. Like there is, like man. Woman. See, woman. See, man is part of woman. See? All right. Let me see. Human. I'm talking very slow for, people out there that don't get it, and for her. Human has man in it. People use the word man to describe humans in general. They also use it to describe males. Woman is described a female. Human is described what we are. Humans. We are humans. They are dogs. See? But see how man is in front of human? Oh my God, she's an idiot. It's X-Men because they have the X gene. They were outcasts. It wasn't, Jean Grey was in X-Men #1, the first appearance of all of them. They didn't say, Professor X, you are X-Men, you are X-Woman. It's just like, what do you mean it's not inclusive? Is this literally to describe it? You could do women, with an E that describes multiple women. When you describe multiple humans, you go humans with an S. You don't go human. That sounds weird. That's not how it's written. Man, you want multiple mans, you go men. But men are also described as in just general, just people. So not inclusive. Where is, I want to know these people, minus the 5 people on Twitter. They're going, you know what? I'm not seeing that movie because I am a woman and it does not say X-woman. It says X-man. Oh my God. Might as well, we need to change this name of woman to get rid of the man because, we can't have a part of it. Even female has male in it. Female, male. That's just how our language works. Like, why do you want to who are these people that are so offended? And, it's not inclusive. And I just don't get that. Inclusive. Why does everything have to include everyone? When you try to include everyone, you just make it boring and stupid. Like, instead of trying to make everything inclusive and everything, let people be different. It is fine to be different. There's nothing wrong. Then you can celebrate people's differences. I don't want to live in a world where every single person is the exact same, looks the same, everything's the same. Just let people be different. Not a big deal. And let people understand that there are differences in the world, and who cares? Anyways, one of the things that I think this is stupid, this is dumb. That whoever this person is obviously doesn't read comic books, knows not anything about comics. X-Men, it's not just, it's also like a brand. It's a brand. X-Men are a brand. You go out into the world to non-comic book readers. Ask an average person, go to a sports bar. Someone's watching a football game or something like that. Go up to them and go, do you know who the X-Men are? They're like, oh, isn't that some comic book superhero thing, right? They may never seen the movies. Maybe they have, but they at least know. And you ask them, could you name one? Maybe the average person could get out Wolverine. Maybe. Probably about it. But at least they know the brand. Most people know the brand of X-Men. You go up to someone and say, do you know who the New Mutants are? Someone on a sports friend, they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, they might guess a superhero or a comic book, but that's about it, right? People know who the X-Men are, at least. Maybe not can name all of them. So X-Men is a brand. Like, it's, why you call it Superman? What if Superman doesn't want to identify as a man? So should you just call it super thing, super being? It's like, to what end? Where do you draw the line? At what point? Because if you go down this road, right, where you got to drop men because it's, not inclusive enough for all these people that are like, so just like, poor me, I'm not included. If you go down that road, then you could literally do that for everything forever. Like I said, woman needs to be changed. Female needs to be changed, right? Because it has to do with male. I don't know. It's just, it's. I don't want to rant. I'm trying not to rant. I'm just trying to deliver this interesting article. I don't know who this person is. Why would they even get hired? Like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And her biggest claim to fame, literally, this is the president that invented, the gender fluid Loki thing. Oh my God. That's what X-Men's been missing or the Marvel Universe has been missing this whole time. That's what it is. We got it down. The world is saved. Everything's better now. No one cares. No one. This person should be fired just for being so terrible. Like, this is what she does. She goes in 9 to 5. 9 to 5. Gets up, gets her coffee in the morning. I don't know. She's married, not married, whatever. Who cares? Kisses her loved one goodbye. Who knows? Maybe they had a fight. Maybe she doesn't kiss him or her. Who knows? Don't care. Drives into work, parks her car, has a president spot while all the lonely people out there have to find parking. They're screwed. She gets a nice little present, little plaque on her. Goes in, security guard, how are you doing? Victoria, no, that's not so bad. Goes up in the elevator, big office, sits in there in a big comfy chair, and she sits down and goes, all right, take my sip. All right, on the agenda for today, let's see, how can we make Marvel more inclusive? I need a whole team. Let's hire a bunch of people, go on there, and then they have brainstorm meeting. How can we make it more inclusive? And then they're like, well, the word man, right, is in a lot of things. Spider-Man, you got Iron Man. Who else have we got? We got X-Men. Yeah, man, that's dumb because there's women in there too. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Good job, intern. You just been promoted. All right. Well, so what can we do? Yeah, that's not very inclusive enough. All right. Let's spend the next 6 months figuring this out, and they come to the conclusion, we should drop this. Oh, by the way, Marvel, pay me my $1 million salary. This is what I did. Look how great I am. Yeah, you really did a lot there. Ugh. They're so forward-thinking. Literally, you could hire someone on Twitter, and they could do the same job as you. Hire one of those weird Twitter people. They're always complaining about something, and you could literally save yourself a ton. And they'd probably do it for free, and you could save yourself whatever she makes, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million a year, whatever it is. The president, I imagine, should make quite a bit. She probably gets like stock shares and stuff like that. I don't know. Why? How do these people even get hired in the first place? They're so terrible at the job. What a waste. What a waste of a day. What a waste of the president. The president of all these things. What a waste to put your time into this, right? You should be doing way more important than this. All right, well, I need to stop here or I'm going to just continue ranting about it. But I think I brought my point. I think it's a stupid idea. This is what they're trying to do. Will it happen? I'm hoping that someone above her, which there's not that many people, are smarter than her and will be like, you know what? That's bad for brand image. Why? Because since the 60s, X-Men has been around and it's built up a massive following on the brand of X-Men. If we change it to just X or X people, first of all, that doesn't sound very good. X humans, the X's, I just don't like, they'll probably try to change it to the mutants, Marvel, it looks down here. Marvel's already been playing around with the new names for the X-Men with the studio currently developing an X-Men based film titled The Mutants. The reason why they called Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver mutants to begin with back in Avengers 1, what was that, 2011? Was because Fox owned the X-Men, and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver first appeared in X-Men number 4, but then later joined the Avengers. So the way they got around it is they didn't say they were X-Men, just said that they were mutants. And that's how they got around the legal stuff. And that's how you had the Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past. And then you had the other one who's now going to be Craven, Aaron Tyler Johnson, who died. Spoiler alert. But died in Ultron Avengers. That's how they got it. And that's why they called them the mutants to begin with. But it's like, you're just going to tie the X... Like, I just have a hard time. Like, first of all, the mutants, that sounds like a B-rated horror movie from the 80s. I'm sorry. It does. It sounds like a B-rated horror movie from the 80s. And it doesn't really, yes, they are mutants, but they have the X gene. That is why they're the X-Men. I think that's just so stupid. And here's the thing. You title a movie The Mutants, you know what? Yes, I know what it's about the X-Men. You probably know what it's about. Your average person, here's the thing. I'm glad there's lots of comic fans, but there is not enough comic fans out there, like true comic fans, to support enough a $200 million budget movie, right? You have to get the average consumer on board. You have to get literally the guy who's eating wings watching tonight's football game. You have to get, someone's grandma down the street who, wants to go see a movie. You have to get all those. Titling something The Mutants, for your average person that doesn't pay attention to YouTube, these shows, what the hell's going on, they're in their own world, which is fine. They're not going to know what it is. They're not going to know that the X-Men was rebranded. They know what the X-Men is. Oh, it's a superhero film, comic book characters, right? And that might interest them enough to go and see it if they're into that kind of stuff. They're not going to see the mutants and go, what is this? What is this? I don't understand what it is. They're not going to know. And you lost so many eyeballs. The movie will do bad, not because the movie is bad, just because people won't know what they're watching, right? If you watch every Marvel movie, whenever they come out with like a first, like say like an Ant-Man, right? Or, any of those other ones where it's just like one, they always do worse than say the big ones like the Avengers and stuff like that. Because people don't know what it is, right? A lot of people, they know what the Avengers are now. First of all, they're building up in all the other ones. So when Avengers 1 hits, it's like, bam, right? But they don't know what it is. The Ant-Man, it's like, it does less because the average person probably doesn't know what it is. So it takes a while to spread around and get around. So the X-Men have already built up all that. Most people will not know the difference between Fox and Marvel X-Men. They won't. Most people do not pay attention to that at all. Trust me, me being a comic nerd, I talk to a lot of this non-comic nerd people, and they literally don't know the difference. They don't know. They just don't know, which is fine. So they won't know. They will think that this is just a sequel to the previous ones with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and so on and so forth. But they at least will know the brand of X-Men. And maybe they saw some of the other ones before and they go, I kind of like it. I'll watch the sequel, not knowing it's a completely different thing, right? So I just think it's just like the dumbest business move. I'm hoping someone above her, goes, claps and says, oh yeah, you're so strong, and this is such a great move for the America and whatever inclusion and blah 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 blah, all that BS stuff. And then behind her back is like, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, what's the title? Oh, we're working on the mutants. No. Change that. Change it back to the X-Men. Call it X-Men, the Mutants, or something like that. : the Mutants, or something, whatever you want to. The underneath title, we're putting in X-Men, or we'll have X-Men somewhere in there. So, yeah, I'm hoping that happens. I need to end this, or I'm going to rant some more. Have a good day.